I speak unto thee this day, and I say it is me, the living God, who does desire and require that my own people would seek to fulfill obedience unto me. For I say it is me you are meant to obey. I say you are not meant to be in obedience unto demons, nor even your own ugly self. But I say you are meant to be seeking to be pleasing me, not defending that which is meant to die. And I say you are meant to be bringing everything that is disobedient unto obedience unto me. That is, because I, the living God, do require that my own people would come forth in obedience, manifesting my glory to a sin-sick, a perverted, a rebellious age. I say because you are living in a time when disobedience has such a stranglehold in the land upon the ones proclaiming that they are my people, and upon every sector of life, it is me, the living God, who is requiring absolute obedience of my true ones in this time. For I say that my people are meant to be manifesting my kingdom, my power, my glory, and not the works of iniquity. I say that my people are meant to be showing to a sin-sick, a perverted, a vile, and corrupt generation that it is me they are meant to please. For I say, if you walk in obedience unto me, then I, the living God, will bless thee in the abundance of mercies that I provide. And I say, if you walk in obedience unto me, then I, the living God, will give thee the light upon thy path. I say this day, if you consider what it is that I do for thee, then you cannot help but be rejoicing. That is, rejoicing that it is me, the living God, who will give thee the truth, the light, the strength, and the mercy day by day. I say, therefore, this day be glad that I, the living God, have called thee to walk uprightly. I say that I've called thee to be coming forth in the truth, the light, the strength that I provide. That is, I have called thee to strive to be in obedience to all that I ask of thee. Therefore I say this day, do not give yourself to disobedience through procrastination, through justification, for I say that those same things are demon forces. And I say, when you think you are all right, but you haven't obeyed me, I say that the same is not true. I say this day that I, the living God, do call my people to walk uprightly. I say that I call my people to be ever guided, directed, and corrected by me. Therefore I say, be thankful for my hand upon thee. Be thankful for what it is that I, the living God, will demand of thee. And I say, be thankful to be under command, and therefore not open to demon infiltration and infection on every hand. For I say, when you are in obedience unto me, then are you kept in my way. I say this day that I, the living God, in this time am bringing my vengeance upon disobedience, upon rebellion, upon pride. And I say that those who walk in disobedience will be liable to receive the vengeance that I have in store. For I say it is a time that I, the living God, have declared war and more war upon the proud, the rebellious, the fools. That is, I am bringing down the haughty, the high-minded, the ones who strut in the pride of their own opinion. That is, the ones who think they may have their way, do as they please, when they please, how they please, and I, the living God, do not see the same. I say it is me, the living God, who in my declaration of wars bring forth my wrath upon the sons of men. Therefore I say how important it is that you bring all things into obedience unto me. That is, that you will indeed walk uprightly in the truth, the light, the strength that I offer and provide. That you will indeed be kept in the way that is mercy and truth, hope and strength and peace always. For I say it is me, the living God, who will be with thee ever present to direct thee, correct thee, and bring thee forth. And it is me, the living God, who will be with thee ever present to guide thee in the truth, the light, the mercy of who I am. For I say, if you really consider that it is me you are privileged to love, to serve, and obey, why would you go in any other way? That is, why would you go in the way of disobedience under the command of demons when you are meant to be in obedience unto me? Now stop and consider that I, the living God, desire to cover thee in my glory. I desire to cover thee in my truth and my light. And I say, if I, the living God, have a purpose and a plan for thee, I say that I can bring forth the same. That is, if you will be obedient unto me to walk uprightly in what it is that I have for thee. That is, if you will be obedient unto me, coming forth in the truth, the light that I provide. I say you are living in a time when many have failed to obey me, and I say they have dragged the lip on me. Now I say that their mouths are full of dirt and gravel because they did not keep their first estate. That is, they did not seek to render obedience unto me, but I say they obeyed their own carnality, they obeyed the voices of demons, and I say they pay for the same. But I say that the man or the woman who walks in obedience unto me is well-pleasing unto me. I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to be children of my wrath. I say that I do not call thee to be amongst the damned. But I say that I call thee to walk in the way of righteousness, to depict the holiness that I provide. And I say that I call thee to be thankful that it is me that you can continue to look unto and believe. For I say it is me, the living God, who will give to thee the truth and the light upon thy path day by day. It is me, the living God, who will cause thee to be in victory, as you are indeed walking in obedience unto me. I say this day that I, the living God, have the cup of wrath poured out, and I say that I will continue to fill the same. That is, when I pour out a cup of my wrath, then there is another cup or another filling waiting to be poured. For I say that the cup of wrath will never run empty in this wicked and perverse generation. For I say it is me, the living God, who is finished with blessing the wayward, the rebellious, the proud and stubborn fools who must have their own way. And it is me, the living God, who has withdrawn my mercy. And I say that men who have aspired to be pagan will find out what it is that they have wanted. That is, they will get the full outpouring of my wrath upon them. They will live under curses continually because they have thought they were pagan. Now they shall find out what it is to truly be pagan, for I, the living God, have withdrawn my mercy. And I say that daily men shall drink of my wrath, be covered in my wrath, and know what it is to live in sore displeasure. I say they will be under cursedness rather than blessedness, because it is the cup that I give unto them. For I say it is a time that I, the living God, am rewarding men and women according to their desire, according to their lust, their greed, and their ambition, either for me or against me. For I say, if men desire to be truly united unto me, then I, the living God, will bring them forth. But I say, if they are indeed uniting themselves to demons, then I say that I will release them unto the same. And I say that the rebellious will pay with many stripes for their opposition unto me. Now stop and consider, what is it that is ruling in your life? Is it me, or is it a demon force? I say so often my people, they claim they love me, they claim they serve me, but I say their actions do not reflect the same. For I say they allow themselves to be covered in demonic coverings. They allow themselves to be under what it is that demons tell them. They do not fight for the truth. That is, they do not declare war upon the opposing forces, nor do they stand in valiancy for the truth. But I say they are ever caving in, giving over to demons when they are meant to be giving themselves unto me. I say this day that I, the living God, who call thee to come forth in my righteousness, my truth, my light, my strength, my mercy day by day. I say, if it is me that you are ever striving to please, then mercy is the cup poured out unto thee. But I say, if you are opposing me, if you are imagining you are smarter than you are, I say you will be proven to be an empty-headed fool. For I say, you've given yourself to a multitude of whoredoms, you've given yourself to the command of demons, and I say you shall reap the same. I say this day that it is only a fool who will turn his life over to demons to be devoured and destroyed by them. I say it is only a fool who thinks he can contend with me and somehow get by. I say, why not face the reality, the facts of life, that it is me, the living God, you are meant to please. That is, that you can be coming forth in the way that I offer, the way that I ordain. I say this day that I, the living God, do not call my people to go in the broad way, to go in the way of fools, to go in the way wherein they will be corrupted in the same. But I say that I call my people to keep their vision single, not giving their ear to false prophets, liars, and deceivers that are spread throughout the land. For I say you are living in a time when those who claim that they are my people are full of falsehood and lies. And I say they cling to the liars that they have made into gods and stars, worshiping them. That is, they cling to the very ones who are covering them in falsehood and lies and causing their souls to be damned. Why is it? It is because they are loving themselves, they are loving sin, and they are not loving me. I say this day that I, the living God, have always demanded obedience of my people, and anyone who is claiming to be mine will either give me obedience or be proven to be a liar. For I say, if you will not subject yourself unto me, if you will not come forth in my way, what is it that you do? I say, you take yourself in a course that is disagreeable and disrespectful towards me. I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to be a fool, to live, to die, to perish as a fool. But I say that I call thee to be made wise, to pay heed to my instruction day by day. I say this day that I, the living God, do not call my people to wander out of what it is that I have for them. That is, to go off in a fairy tale dream world of their own invention and the work of demons in their lives. I say this day that I have called thee to be a people under command unto me, the one true God who is able to direct thee in life. And I say that I've called thee to be thankful that you are given the privilege to walk uprightly in me. I say that I, the living God, do not call thee to make an idol out of anything, not even your own image. But I say that I call thee to be moldable in my hands, useful unto me. For I say it is me, the living God, who does have the times that I will use thee in one way, and another time I will use thee in another way. Therefore I say, do not hold to any image of how you have been or what you should be. But I say, let me, the living God, rule over thee, that you will indeed be well-pleasing unto me. For I say you are not meant to be frozen, but I say you are meant to be steadfast in me. I say so often that men will fight for a certain thing that I've given unto them, and I say they wage war against doubt and fear and unbelief. And I say they have to take a strong stand, and I say they make an idol out of the same. I say that that's where many denominations have frozen. They have refused to follow after me. That is, they took their stand, and now I say they stand against me. I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to such stupidity and darkness, but I say that I call thee to be ever walking in the truth, guided by me. And I say that I call thee to be thankful that I give thee the way wherein you are meant to walk day by day. Therefore I say, when I, the living God, do give thee the command, when I give unto thee the truth, do not reject the same. But I say instead, bow down, be loving the truth, and accepting the humility way that I provide. For I say it is me, the living God, who has blessedness and truth, life and strength and mercy provided for thee. It is me, the living God, who will be with thee ever present to direct thee and bring thee forth. And it is me, the living God, who finds joy in a people who will obey. But I say likewise, it is me, the living God, who has the cup of wrath poured to the brim, poured to the full, to pour out upon the disobedient. Therefore I say, walk circumspectly, walk in me, and you will be kept from my wrath. But I say, if you lend your ear to disobedience, if you lend your ear to demons, you will of course be liable for the same. That is, to come under the fury, the wrath, the indignation that I pour forth in this time. For I say it is me, the living God, who has seriously declared war, and it is me, the living God, who is taking the offensive in the same. I say there are many in this wicked generation. I say they will completely lose out, because they have adhered unto liars, false prophets, schemers, and filthy dreamers, who have taken them down the road to their own damnation. And I say all the while they thought they were having a great time, they loved it so. So I say in the end they will pay for the way that they have been taken from me. That is, because they followed the lust, the greed of their own hearts, rather than adhering to the truth. I say they are not to be pitied, for I say it is from their own hearts that they are led astray. I say this day, have no pity when you see my wrath revealed. I say, do not put a sanction on sinners or those who are compromising me. But I say instead, be standing for the truth, walking in the truth, and ever willing to declare the same. And I say, be willing to bear the rejection, the reproach that comes of identity with me. For I say it is me you are meant to seek, to please, to obey, and follow after. And it is me, the living God, who will continue to give thee the truth and the light upon thy path, that you can indeed be ever guided by me. I say, in a wayward, a vile, a corrupted generation, consider that I, the living God, will give thee many blessings of mercy and truth, life and hope and peace always. And I say, consider that it is me, the living God, who is with thee, to direct thee in that which I provide. For I say it is indeed a good thing to be a partaker of all that I give thee time and again. And I say it is indeed a good thing to be directed in truth, for I am the one who is able to give thee the same. I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to look for your own little way, your own little niche, but I call thee to follow after me. And I say that I call thee to be thankful that it is me that you can keep serving, walking in obedience unto day after day. For it is me, the living God, who is righteousness and truth, blessedness, strength, and mercy always. And it is me, the living God, who will be ever present to guide thee forth as you continue to keep your vision upon me. For I say it is me who is life, and I say if you maintain obedience unto me, you are found in the same. But I say if you move from the way of righteousness to unrighteousness, if you go in disobedience, I say that death under my wrath shall be the reward. I say this day be thankful for the times you are in.